Welcome back to the Vstar 1100 build. Got some exciting news for this segment. Kind of made a discovery. Been playing around this part for a while now, and I just am now realizing that I'm kind of in trouble because there's a lot of problems. Well, I wouldn't say a lot of problems. There is a huge problem involving the crank. And so here we have our massive magnet, right? And then we have our crankshaft that has a keyway on it that holds this in place, which also does the timing. And on the keyway, that only holds this from shifting around, but what keeps it on is basically this nut and washer. Now, the washer goes on first, and then the nut. And I'm gonna screw it all the way on. See the problem there? I'm not sure what happened here, but somehow somebody got crazy and cut 2/3 of my threads off for the crankshaft end. The only way I can fix that is basically by changing out this crankshaft. I'm not welder crazy, you know, and I'm not sure how in the heck you would even fix that. That dimple in the center there was actually made by the puller that I used to get it off. It was originally flat, which I thought was kind of strange because I'd never seen that before. And so now we have an issue because with 5 threads, I don't know how I'm going to keep this nut on. I obviously don't have enough threads to use that anymore. So I'm getting a little crazy. I'm thinking that maybe what I can do is I can just suck this on as tight as I can get it using a little thread lock. You know, going a little over spec. And then I'm going to go ahead and drill out the center and tap it to M6 by 10 and put a screw through it with the washer to hold this in place. It's kind of my only option right now because with 5 threads, I don't know that I can, you know, properly secure a nut to keep that on. Because if this nut comes off and this backs out even a little bit, then like I kind of explained earlier, this drives the timing in this cylinder. So if that comes off, timing stops, boom, that's dead, engine gone. So this is kind of my attempt at, you know, maybe salvaging what I've got. It's a $300 bike. Worst case scenario, it backs out and it blows up, right? Best case scenario, I never have to dip into the site again and it just keeps working for us. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for here. So if I can do a good enough job at securing that nut on, then we'll be set. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Chuck is crap. Interesting. Hopefully that's not part of the oil passageway because it's hollow now.
So have you turned that crankshaft all the way through?
Yeah.
It didn't like snap it off trying to move it.
Hmm.
That would have been sheared though, you would have noticed that, right?
Yeah.
You said it looked more like it was cut.
I don't even know. It's very clean, if that was the case. Although I just drilled this hole and guess what?
What?
It's open on the other side.
Oh no.
Which means I might have tapped into a oil passageway.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
You might be buying a new crankshaft.
We'll see what happens.
You know how you didn't want to pull that engine out and disassemble it to put a new crankshaft in it?
Mm-hmm.
You're probably going to have to.
Yep.
Bummer.
All right, give me the vac. Where's that little shop back at?
Little shop back. Little shop back. Beans, beans. Little shop back. Beans, beans. Mm-hmm.
Turn it on. The power strip.
No power to the power strip.
So that funny guy in the background is my dad. He will occasionally help me out in the garage, but you see that it is imperative that I get all of the metal shavings out from around and inside those parts So I went ahead and used a vacuum to pull it out, and hopefully this will work out. Okay, so I gotta cut off a little bit too long. I'll be done. I think I'm gonna do something. So if you look at the bike here, we have this steel line that goes up to this exhaust port there, and then same on the inside here. There's actually a little pump in there. This is some kind of emissions junk. I forget the name of it, but I was looking at some videos, and you can actually delete this, and this will help with reducing popping and basically cutting out on acceleration. So a lot of people recommend it because it will actually smoothen out the ride. And honestly, I love cleaning up, you know, things like this specifically, because now I don't have this stupid bracket in the way. I can basically cut it here, round it off, and then that's all I need to hold the clutch cable, and then that's out of my hair, and you know, it just makes the bike look a lot cleaner too. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that now, because why not? Don't even know if the bike's gonna run at this point. Hopefully it does. Cross your fingers, but it'll make the bike look a little bit better, and who doesn't want that? And there we have it. You see that the factory panels still bolt up just fine. Those brackets didn't hold any way for these to mount, and so it just basically opens up that space. I'm gonna modify that bracket so that just holds the cable there, and look at all the stuff we took off. So I guess this is a little pump. I don't even know what this is, a smog box or something. Some hardware here, 2 brackets, 2 hoses. The only thing I gotta do left now, besides make that bracket, is plug these holes. I took this out in a more respectable manner. That way, if something isn't running right, and I feel like that might be the culprit, I can reinstall these items. No problem. So I'm gonna just throw those in a box. That'll be that. And I'm probably just gonna take a bolt that's almost the same diameter as this, tap it out just a little bit, and plug it with a bolt. You can actually pull these whole fittings out, but like I said, if I'm gonna have to reinstall this, I wanna be able to just bolt it right back on using the hose clamps. And that'll be that. Good to go. And here is the finished product. Now we got the mount there. I went ahead and just put bolts in. They're 10 mil and or M10 metric size bolts. They just threaded right in there. Perfect cap, big old flange head, and they actually screwed in real tight. And that should do the trick. Deleted. So it's coming together, guys. This is basically what we have left that hasn't gone on the bike yet. And I've almost solved the mystery as to where everything goes. Now there's a few things here which I think we picked up that don't actually belong to the bike. Like that spring, these are lug nuts, that O-ring thing. These parts here, battery terminal connector, which I'm getting new ones, so I don't care. I believe these, you're used to fasten that on. We got a couple spare bolts, which probably go to mount the shield here. I'm not sure where these go. These look like spacers of some type. And then a couple more random washers and nuts. Besides that, we have 3 more parts here, the exhaust on the floor, that need to go on the bike. We got a few things in the mail, so hooray. That seat, all right. I gotta get the mounting brackets for it. Basically, tab in the front, another one in the back. It'll sit just like that. All right. Looking good, coming together. I'm gonna go ahead and mount that battery too. And then maybe we'll turn this over and see what it sounds like. All right, big moment. We got the battery hooked up to it. See how many miles are on this thing. Ooh, 19,634. But look at that. Lights came on and everything.